Next on Webster News tonight, massive crowds head into Boston for another Patriots parade. Early estimates suggesting the highest ridership ever on the commuter rail. Plus, a temporary name change in Millbury. It appears someone wasn't happy their street name resembled the Rams quarterback. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. A warm day today, but a winter weather advisory is set to go into effect on Wednesday. Many got to enjoy the sunshine at the New England Patriots parade in Boston, but tomorrow will be a different story. Here's meteorologist Tim Kelly with the first look at our local forecast.
Some of the most sunshine in the entire nation was from Webster to Miami today. Look at the rest of the nation covered in clouds and cold, and snow and ice is breaking out in Iowa and Wisconsin, Chicago. Winter storm coming into the Great Lakes. We have a winter weather advisory in effect for tomorrow night, even though today we hit 60 degrees, just missed the record of 61 from 1991. Well, we're on the fall now. Temperatures still in the 40s, but especially the tops of the hills. It's getting windy and much colder. Back to seasonable. What's seasonable again? 25 in the morning, and there's a fairly brisk wind from the north. As the day goes on, not a lot of wind, a good amount of sunshine, and just about 25 degrees colder tomorrow, 35 degrees, that's seasonable. But the air is going to start coming in from the east and the northeast, and this pink is sleet and freezing rain mixed with snowflakes, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So tomorrow evening, winter weather returns, rain at the coast, sleet and freezing rain here, snow north of Manchester, New Hampshire. Maybe a quarter-inch of sleet and freezing rain to start our Thursday before a new warm-up with rain the end of the week and a cold, dry weekend forecast in a few minutes.
A huge crowd in Boston this morning to celebrate the New England Patriots' 6th Super Bowl championship, setting up yet another rolling rally in the duck boats. The players say celebrating with their fans doesn't get old. Our Perry Russum has more from Boston.
These are the screaming faces who waited hours to see their team.
It was surreal.
A surreal moment for Dietrich Wise, full-time champ, part-time reporter.
Hey, everybody, what's up? How do you feel right now?
Happy!
There we go, happy.
Have you slept at all since the game? Not really, no. Just taking it all in. Unbelievable game, unbelievable experience with all these guys, and just fun to be a part of.
And who can sleep when you have this to come home to? A fan base that climbs light poles, lounges in trees, updates their championship hats with tape.
Man, it was crazy, unbelievable, man. Just to support the whole New England area, Boston, everybody.
It was a reunion between New England and the team they love, a marriage sealed with a different kind of ring.
Hey, what number is that? Tell them. What number is that? Tell them it's number 6.
Ring number 6, a win this guy had tattooed on his shoulder before the season even started.
Never worried, never nervous, and I told everybody at home, double-digit win, and that's what happened.
What do you want to tell the city of Boston?
Man, thank you for your support. I mean, through it all, they supported us, they stuck with us, and I'm happy to be a Patriot.
And we asked the guys what's coming up next. They say vacation, rest, and then try to do this all over again. In Boston, Perry Russum, Webster News Tonight.
And Boston police expected more than 1 million people to attend today's rolling rally, and by the looks of it, their estimate may have been a little low. Central Mass fans crowded into commuter rail trains to cheer on the Patriots today, and as our Brittany Schaefer reports, getting to and from the rally was an experience in and of itself.
Videographer Andrew Boucher and I were among the thousands of people at Union Station this morning making the trip to Boston for the Patriots championship parade. The MBTA added extra trains to the Worcester-Framingham commuter rail line to meet the demand. The train we were on only picked up passengers at the first 3 stops before it was full to capacity. And in Boston, the crowds grew. It was a sea of Patriots jerseys and confetti when the team drove by on duck boats. It was tough to get a clear view from where we were due to the amount of people, but fans from central Massachusetts say being in the presence of the Patriots dynasty was life-changing and an experience they couldn't miss. One Grafton man told us he is looking forward to another Patriots parade in 2020. At South Station, heading back to Worcester hasn't been easy. The first 3 trains reached full capacity in minutes, and it doesn't seem like the crowds are getting any smaller. So for now, reporting from the Worcester-Framingham line, Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
All right, safe travels. Thanks, Brittany and Andrew. Was this an apparent Super Bowl prank? A small street in Millbury gets an unauthorized name change, paying tribute to Patriots QB Tom Brady. Our Roslyn Flaherty joins us from Millbury with more on what might be behind this. Roslyn.
Olivia, the sign is back to normal now. It's the same name as LA Rams quarterback Jared Goff. And after the Patriots beat them in the Super Bowl, someone took it upon themselves to make the change. Goff Street in Millbury had a different look this week. Police say someone covered the private way sign with this, an apparent tribute to Patriots quarterback Tom Brady.
Brady has become a working class hero.
The unauthorized name change came after the hype of the Super Bowl, where Patriots quarterback Tom Brady faced Rams quarterback Jared Goff.
It's amazing seeing greatness. I think we saw it with Larry Bird. We saw it with many people in the state.
Millbury police posted the sign on Facebook and say while there is no denying Tom Brady is the GOAT, the town did not change the name, which has been Goff Street for years.
This whole street should be Brady.
This whole town should be Brady.
Yeah!
Police say even though it's funny, there could have been serious consequences, including ambulance services who were not familiar with the street. Thankfully, they say there were no issues, and some people in town enjoyed the change, even though it was only for a few days.
Amazing game.
How about Edelman?
Another year next year. He's not going to retire.
No.
45, then he'll retire.
No, I say 57.
It's unclear if anyone's facing any charges. The Facebook post did receive a lot of feedback with more than 200 likes. Live in Millbury, Roslyn Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Some die-hard sports fans have superstitions or good luck charms for big games like Sunday night Super Bowl. At UMass Memorial Medical Center, they had their own little good luck charms inside the maternity center nursery. More than a dozen new babies in handmade Patriots gear by the hospital's nurses as they experienced their first New England Super Bowl win. One family says it was a special Super Sunday.
I came on Sunday on the same day as like the Patriots winning, so it was good.
But then after the game they win, I say yes, it's a lucky baby too.
And their baby arrived a few days earlier than expected, and while mom may not have been fully ready, she says her little one definitely was. A tractor-trailer rollover is causing some delays on the Pike in Auburn. This happened on the eastbound side of the exchange to 290. A helicopter flew one person from the scene. It's not clear how exactly this happened. The Pike is back open at this hour with some lane restrictions. School administrators across the region are trying to address the growing trend of students vaping. One Central Mass high school is installing new devices to crack down what they call a serious health issue. And as our Chandler Walsh reports, the school is also worried about potential safety hazards. Chandler.
Olivia, Bay Path Regional Vocational Technical High School's Dean of Students hopes all school districts can share strategies to combat student vaping. He says not knowing exactly what students are putting in their e-cigarettes is even more of a concern.
These vape products were confiscated from students at Bay Path High School. The Regional Vocational Technical School says they confiscate as many as 4 or 5 in a week.
School safety and student safety is our #1 priority at all times. This is a situation where the health and the safety is called into question.
Dean of Students Daniel McGowan says one vape pod contains the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. To make the school healthier, they're purchasing vapor detectors to install in bathroom ceilings. They work by detecting vapor in the air and sending an immediate signal to administration.
And then in real time, hopefully we can work to combat the problem and essentially catch them in the act.
Mary Ann Tossi has 2 children at Bay Path and says she's happy about the measure.
I think that it's very difficult for the teachers and administrators to catch the kids doing vaping because of the apparatuses that they use.
McGowan says vaping is a problem all school districts are facing.
Across the board, it's the most talked about discussion is how are you guys handling the vaping situation?
The children do not know the health risks risks involved in the long-term exposure and what it will do to their health.
VapePath has also found instances where vapes and e-cigarettes contained THC. They use cannabis tests which show red if THC is present. McGowan says it's a real danger for a vocational school where students operate heavy machinery.
It increases the chances of some kind of overall accidents or safety hazards that could take place. We can't afford to have that.
McGowan says they're in the process of purchasing their first few vapor detectors. If effective, they plan on installing them in as many bathrooms as they can. Chandler Walsh, Webster News Tonight.
Worcester police releasing new information tonight about the body of a woman found near a Worcester Salvation Army last month. They say at this time it does not appear to be a homicide, according to the initial report from the medical examiner. We were first told this report came back inconclusive. The official cause and manner of death is pending the medical examiner's report and toxicology report. The Detective Bureau is actively investigating the case. About $42,000 of cocaine is seized from a Webster apartment Monday. Police say 30-year-old Alexander Torres is facing multiple drug charges, including trafficking in more than 200 grams of cocaine, obstructing justice, and possession of ammunition without a firearms identification card. Police developed information about a suspicious package delivered to Torres's Lake Street apartment. Inside, they found drugs, drug contraband, and 200 rounds of ammunition. February is Black History Month, and Worcester is celebrating through programs and exhibits across the city. In the Rockwell Gallery of the Worcester Historical Museum, a student art exhibit is on display. The theme is reflecting on the words and legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. On display at City Hall are selections from the history of African American women in Worcester. It features photos of the first Black Worcester school teacher, Sarah Ella Wilson. Community activist Bill Coleman says events and exhibits not only teach the history, but they also create an opportunity to open up dialogue.
Worcester's changing neighborhoods and Worcester's changing workplace. I think we need to know, because in history, to know your history is to know your future.
And for a list of events and exhibits, you can visit the city's website.